Good evening and welcome to the Broadcasting Lounge. We are in Portugal tonight at the Algarve circuit, former home of the Portuguese Grand Prix in COVID times, and now we're going to put some GTE cars around for the Manon Racing Products GTE series. I'm Shane White. Joining me in the Broadcasting Lounge tonight is Corey Kitchen as usual, and race control extraordinaire Sean McNamara has also snuck in for the night.
Hey,
Yeah,
mate.
evening. We both said the same thing. Yeah,
Oh.
good. We're at Thursday. Woo! We made it here, and off we go. So Portugal. Wonder what it's like this time of year. Must be nice. Looks alright down there.
Yeah, well, it's currently winter in the northern hemisphere. I don't know, can't remember what the time of year we put in for the server was, but I think it's similar to the current time of year. And sorry, Sean, I cut you off there.
No, we were both just, I was going to say, there's no trees to cover our view of the blimp where we are, so that's quite good. Track looks very technical. I feel the driver's struggling a little bit, so hopefully I'm not called upon tonight.
Yeah, it is a technical track. Unfortunately, no track map in the database to put on screen there, but we can see where we are, round 7 at Algarve, and we are on the Grand Prix configuration, which gives us a 4.58 kilometre circuit, 108 metres above sea level, and current air temperature is 21 degrees with 50% humidity. Partly cloudy, so hopefully that should keep the track temp from getting too high, and a little bit of breeze out there as well.
Yeah, I reckon this track's going to be hard on the old tyres, especially get to turn 3, turn 5, turn 8, turn 13 are all fairly sort of hairpinish, and yeah, going to be fun. So hopefully race control isn't overwhelmed, and yeah, no Douglas singing tonight, working the night shift. He's losing out on points. He's falling further behind you are, Douglas.
He is, and we're midway through qualifying at the moment. Stefan McCartan holding provisional pole position by 2/10 of a second over Dylan Shepherd. Business as usual with the Blackout OPR guys so far looking out the front row, and Stefan back from Bathurst and straight back into it, topping the field.
Yeah, he's had a week off, and he still hasn't dropped off the top spot for the GTE points either. Still there on 417 points. But there has been a change. So Dylan Shepherd's dropped down to 5th, and Brady Stanley has slotted into 2nd on 388, Leith Swinney on 376, and Matthew Gerard on 371. And Dylan Shepherd is on 352, along with Nico Cordair on the same. And 4 behind, you've got 2 drivers, Aaron Goodrick, Roger Forbert, and then not far off is Right Off Jenkins. It's really, really tight around the sort of 16th through to 7th. So anything can happen in these heat races. Of course, double points up for grabs, 2 races, Shana.
Yep, 2 races, so double the opportunity to score points. Of course, we will invert the top 10 as usual for the second race based on the finishing positions for the first race. So that top 10 will get flipped around. Whoever wins the first race is going to have to come through from 10th for the second one. And that always gives us plenty of entertainment. This guy on screen, Dylan Shepherd, last week managed to win the first race and come back through to win the second. And interesting that following that week he's dropped from 2nd to 5th in the standings. But obviously, as iRacing sorts its drop rounds out as soon as early in the season as it possibly can, that's playing a little bit of havoc with the standings at the moment, and obviously Dylan losing a few points out of the drop rounds at the moment, and that will even itself out later on in the season.
I do actually have something to add to that. The reason he went from 2nd to 5th is because he was disqualified from a race.
Ah, right, yes.
So yeah, when you were talking about it, I was like, oh no, this is awkward. Yes, he didn't follow race control's rules, so which clearly states you can be disqualified if you don't follow through. So yeah, he did sort of say something about it. I think he's pretty good about it at the end of the day. Not listening to race control is obviously frowned upon in real life, and that's what we try and bring to the series that we've got going on tonight.
couple of comments through already. Ross Watson, let's go, and he's also said let's go RC, so he knows racing control is going to be used tonight. And of course, Brett O'Keefe has also commented as well. He would have loved to have been here to race, and he says what a combo. So he seems to like it here, but he's got some skills, and also weekly sponsors, Shano.
Yeah, OKMS Media and Graphics, BJ. So hit BJ up if you're interested in getting some iRacing paints done, or some photos done, or a logo made. Hit him up.
Even a video, yeah, he could even make a video if he has the time. But you never know. He does all the paints for KRF, and we love him for that. He's been doing that for a couple of years now, keeping them cars looking all right.
Dylan Shepherd's just jumped to the top of the field, 0.01 of a second over Stephen McCartan. So he's managed to put in a ripper lap and get ahead of his teammate. We'll wait to see what Stefan's reply will be now. He's coming towards the end of a lap now, but not exactly lighting up the timing screens on the sectors.
We also have Darren Lobb has joined the party, just into qualifying, he's joined. So we'll see if he can put something, obviously he's pretty quick in a V8, let's see what he can do in one of these cars.
Yeah, we're used to seeing him being pretty rapid in a GT3 car as well. I haven't seen too much of him in the GTEs, but good to see him here tonight. He's currently sitting in 7th position, a tenth and a half off pole position. No, sorry, 1.7 off pole position, a tenth and a half off the car in front of him. So room for improvement, as Stefan has managed to go back to the top and then toes back to pit lane. So Dylan jumped up there with a better lap, and then Stefan improving further to now go just under 2 tenths quicker than Dylan.
Alright, what I've got to do is do some race control stuff, so I'm going to pop in and out later, and you guys have a good call, and I'll just see how you're going through the race.
Cheers, Shorty.
Alright, talk soon.
Have a good one. Have a good
Darren has just jumped up the order as well, up into P4 now. So he's found some improvement there, now sitting just over a second behind Stefan. So he will be looking to see if he can improve any more. This will be his last attempt, as he has a lock up at the hairpin. That's going to hurt him. As time runs out at the 15-minute mark with heat racing tonight, that is going to mean that's the end of qualifying for everybody. So Darren should have time to get this one done, and then that will be it.
Yeah, Porsche's dominating the top 10, Shano.
Yeah, we've seen a little bit of a trend of that. The Porsche seems to be a very strong car in these GTEs. We've seen the Porsches up the front, and strongly up the front for most of the season.
Yeah, so the top 4 all Porsches. Then you've got Jack Hinson 6th and Blake Greenhall in 8th. So yeah, 6 out of 10, and you got another 3 of them just outside the top 10. So very dominant here. Then BMWs and 2 Corvettes and 1 Ford.
Yeah, I was going to say Dylan Redford doing a good job to hustle that Ford GT into the top 10, sitting in 8th position at the moment. Darren not able to improve on his time on that last attempt, so he is going to, actually he did improve on his time but didn't improve his position. He's going to line up P4, and that is it for qualifying.
Yeah, and heat racing, so that safety truck is already out there waiting for them to grid up behind, and we will be away very, very shortly.
Yeah, we can take a look at how the grid's going to line up tonight. So Stephen McCartan taking pole position from Dylan Shepherd. Brady Stanley and Darren Lobb make up the second row there. Jaco Venter and Nico Cordier in behind, and then Jack Hintz and Dylan Radford on the fourth row. And then we roll back to Blake Greenhall, Wayne Hartnell rounding out the top 10. Then Aaron Goodrick, Kristen Jenkins, Chris Zalewski, Leith Swinney, Louis Robinson, Tom McCall. And then we've got Shade Edgar, wildcard tonight for KRF OKMS, and Dan Turner and then Dion de Graaf rounding out the grid if he races. He may end up joining Sean in race control.
It doesn't look like he's jumped on the grid. He is still greyed out, so he might have given up the ghost. Never raced this track, he claimed.
Yeah, he just bought it as he jumped on, and quite late tonight. I was late in myself, and Dion was jumping in after me, so he was just downloading the track as he jumped on, and yeah, bit late getting in when you haven't driven the track before. So we'll see if he joins or chooses to help race control.
Well, day off for a lot of people today, Shano, so he had plenty of time to practice. But anyway, hope everybody did have a good day off, and if you didn't have a day off, then hope you have a good next day off.
Yeah, happy Waitangi Day, everyone.
Yeah, we'll get Macca in here later on, give him to a haka. We make the race winner do a haka, right? We'll get them in for a chat.
Let's do it. So we're just about ready to roll off behind the pace truck.
Yeah, get your cat recipes in the comments too. Grant Bristow wanted to know if we had any more.
So we are away and rolling. Officially a short formation lap here, but it's still quite a long way from the start-finish line. So a ways to wait for them to get around, but they are under control of the pace truck. A little bit of weaving going on in the background from someone there. Bit of tyre warming. Often plenty of debate in iRacing about whether that's actually effective or not.
I can confirm after a Google that no, people in Portugal do not eat cats.
What about people from Haiti?
There's a few articles that contradict that, but anyway, we've got some racing.
I think we'll leave that at that, eh? So we are on the formation lap here, just about getting ready to go. Those blackout OPR cars locking out the front row again. Something we've become used to seeing in the GTE series so far this season, but it wasn't the case last week, primarily because Stefan was away, having a great time at Bathurst. He's back now, back in the rig, and has managed to grab another pole position, just pipping his teammate Dylan Shepherd at the end of the session there, and we're looking forward to seeing how they go in this one. Coming down through the last corner now, and Stefan getting right up and behind the pace truck. Dylan Shepherd hanging back a little bit on the outside.
Yeah, he's going to go for a run up, is he? Leaving it late.
Leaving it very late, and they get the green flag, and away they go. Dylan just drops in behind his teammate. Little side by side between Brady Stanley and Darren Lobb in the background there. Darren on the outside. Brady's going to be able to hold the inside line into the corner. Someone all the way down the outside. That might have been Leith Swinney, I think, having a big moment going around there into turn one. Darren Lobb has managed to get, or stay alongside with Brady Stanley, get the nose in front, and he's going to have the inside into turn four and gets the job done. Oh, bit of a slide for Blake Greenhill in the back. Half saved it, but continued to drop down the order.
Yeah, he's managed to get going again. Got a little hairy for him, and race control looking into that incident there with Leith Swinney.
Yes, I saw someone all the way down the left of the track, and then I saw Leith dropping down the order, and he had gone around. Not sure if it was someone that was running down the left-hand side of the track, or whether that person had become tangled with Leith trying to get behind or something else went on, but we will be able to unpack all of that a little bit later on anyway.
Yeah, they're still humming along. Stephen McCartan's still out the front. we're just here looking at Chris Zalewski, and he's running. He's up 2 spots into 11th position so far. Luke Robertson and Shane Edgar just in behind, having a good little battle as well.
Yeah, Lou Robinson just slid down the inside of Shane into one of those hairpins there and has been able to move up into 12th position. He's up 3 spots, Shane up 4 from where he started, so both those guys doing a good job. But it's going to be Stefan McCartan leading at the end of the first lap. He holds half a second margin over his teammate Dylan Shepherd. Brady Stanley and Darren Love continuing to battle side by side onto the second lap through turn 1. Brady gets back in front. Darren is going to have a look down at turn 3, not able to get down there, but holds a tighter line on exit. That sets him up better for turn 4, and he'll get the run onto the straight, and he's right under that rear wing. He's going to be able to think about a move down into the hairpin here. Slides down the inside, under brakes. Brady gives him room. And Darren looks like he's got the job done, or is Brady just hanging in there? No, Darren's going to be able to sweep ahead and take the racing line into this double apex right-hander.
Yeah, so car 100 Christian Jenkins has been given a drive-through for avoidable contact. So that will be with the incident with Leafs winning. Leafs come down and through the pits to take that fast repair and gotten back out. So he's down in 18th.
So while Darren and Brady are battling it out, Nico Cordia and Jaco Venter are sniffing around in the background and having their own little sub-battle as well.
A little bit squirrely out of that corner.
Yeah, Nico getting a little bit loose as he got the power down there, but able to keep enough momentum to hold Jaco behind them for now at least.
Yeah, handy to have a teammate there too, so maybe a little bit of teamwork and get them a little bit closer to Brady, who's just sort of losing a little bit of ground to Darren Love.
Yeah, still close enough to be in the draft though.
Yeah, as soon as I mentioned it, he got right up there, didn't he? And it looks like he's going for a move up the inside.
Side by side again through turn 3. Darren's going to have the inside for turn 4 and keeps that position for now, but this is looking like it's going to be a pretty epic race long battle.
Yeah, this little battle with them two has now brought the 2 Gamma cars into it as well, with Nico and Jaco.
Yeah, they are right there, so bit of a 4-way battle going on at the moment. Oh, as Brady runs wide, drops back behind Jaco now into P6. That was a critical error there, just clinching a brake, running wide and opening the door for those 2 Gamma cars to walk through. But now Jaco's having a lock up of his own. That's going to open the door for Brady. Not able to get all the way through there though. They're going to go side by side through here. Jaco's going to have the inside line and just holds on to that one for now.
It looks like it's producing quite a few passing opportunities, this track. You know, under brakes, it's got those tight corners, I guess, and the later you can get under brakes and the better you are at getting the actual car stopped, the better you're going to be here.
Yeah, some long straights into tight corners as well, and a couple of corners where you take quite a late apex, so there's an opportunity to slide the car down the inside early in the corner if you want to take an alternative line as well.
As we see Brady Stanley getting the pass done there on Jaco Venter. He's coming back at him though, up the inside here. And he's got it, is he? Or he's going to be on the outside as we come up to this right left-hander. Good exchange from these two.
Yeah, and this little battle has brought Jack Hintz and Dylan Radford into play here as well. Brady's run it wide there.
Yeah, might have been a bit of a door slap.
Yeah, a little bit of contact at the apex there, I think, and Brady running wide as a result. Certainly good hard battling though.
You know, just one mistake and it's put Brady down 4 spots from 4th place too, so he's going to have to do some fighting to get those spots back. Oh,
Oh! And he's going to have to do even more fighting now because he's just looped it, and I think that was all by himself, and dropping right back now to P15.
oh, I'll have to cop that one. I'll have to cop that curse. Sorry, Brady.
That's a shame too, because he was having a great battle with Darren Lobb, and we just commented on, or I just commented on the fact that that could go to a race-long battle just before Brady made that initial mistake, and now we're going to be a little bit devoid of that. Darren not exactly running away from Nico Cordier at the moment though, but we do know, as we saw on Tuesday night in the V8s, that Darren tends to like to save his tyres early on and push hard later in the race, so we'll probably see him pull out, although we are already halfway through what is only going to be a 15-minute race. That's one. You've seen something there, Corey?
Yeah, just put a contact in one of the corners. Shane Ika's had a bit of a spin, but he's back on the move again.
Wayne Hartnell and Louis Robinson battling it out there as well. So we can go back and see what happened to Leith there at the start, and oh, so it was Leith I saw out to the left of the track there, and he was just unfortunately got a bit of hip and shoulder and pushed out into that Armco there, and just catching the end of the barrier, which turned him around into the Armco on the left, and we obviously saw him come to the, or Corey saw him come to the pits. It does look like, yeah, that front left pushing in quite aggressively, so he's actually done a good job to drive that back by the look of the damage there.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, he did come through the lane, got a fast repair, so he'll be, the car will be pulling true again, and his last lap was a 1:41.32, so going alright.
Blake Greenhill, we saw have that moment on lap 1 as well, and just losing the rears. Almost had it saved, and then it just continued to want to go around on him again, so he just had to pick up the brake again to try and straighten it up, and eventually got that done, but just lost so much.
Oh. Just as you come back live, it's been an incident there. Lou Robertson may have had a bit of a spin and copped a bit of contact in the process. Oh, he's got heavy damage.
Yeah, so we can pick up the Shane Edgar crash as well, and then I've got the Louis Robinson one to play through after this. Oh, so Shane getting a hit from behind and going around. Able to rejoin pretty quick, but losing a bunch of spots there because it was such a tight battle that he was in. And then we've got Louis here down into turn 3. So that was it was Brady Stanley on the recovery, just going for a move there and getting into Louis, and Louis just, I think that was Shane Edgar almost tripping over him as he's trying to limp back with a damaged car. That's certainly understandable, not the easiest thing to steer there, and he would have still been working out what the damage was after that initial contact.
Yeah, it's always pretty tough trying to limp a car back to the pit lane. He still hasn't got there yet. As we see, those wheels on the right-hand side of the car are a little wobbly.
Yeah, they are a wee bit wobbly, so not ideal for Louis, especially in a race. Oh, he's carrying on.
Soldiering
He's not
on.
brought into the pits. Interesting. Still 5 minutes to run in the race, so that's a fair way to go on a heavily damaged car there. Gap's just tightened up a wee bit at the front as well. Dylan Shepherd closing in on his teammate within 0.3 of a second there.
Yeah, these two out the front, so just to put it into perspective, Dylan Shepherd, who's in second, has done a 1:38.70. That's his fastest, and Darren Lobb is a 1:40 70, so 2 seconds difference, and sizable gap there as well.
Yeah, we know just how quick Darren Lobb can be, so that to be 2 seconds clear of Darren Lobb on your fastest lap is super impressive.
Yeah, Stephen McCartan's still got the edge. He's done a 1:38.52, so he's absolutely flying at the moment. But as we've seen, sitting in second place and being that close, it's anyone's game until the last lap.
That's right, some good long straights around here as well, so plenty of drafting opportunities. Dylan's going to have half a look down the inside, just slots in though. And in terms of last lap pace, Stefan did a 1:39.38. Dylan Shepherd a 1:39.07, so 3 tenths of a second quicker. So Dylan seems to have the ascendancy at the moment. Wonder if Stefan's just used up a little bit too much of his tyres early on, and Dylan able to have a little bit more to use late in the race, but not too long left to run. I think we'll get this lap and one more in, and then that will be it.
Okay, so they're on their 8th lap now, so you wouldn't imagine the tyres have had too much of a thrashing in that time. But of course, they're not going to have enough fuel to get through the next race, so they're going to have to stop and invert top 10, so that's just a little bit of spicy on it.
Yes, the strategy comes into play, and for these guys, they're going to have to work out how they play that strategy to make their way through, starting 10th to come through and see if they can get onto the podium or even on the top step, or also gives an opportunity for some of those guys that haven't had the best race or are running down the lower end of the top 10 to get an opportunity to grab a solid result as well.
Yeah, that's what it is all about. Dan Turner currently sitting in the hot seat too.
Yeah, and Dan, not really any pressure from behind at the moment, so that should be pretty safe. But of course, he's got Blake Greenhill not too far ahead at the moment, and there's always the opportunity to grab a few more points if you want to move up, but you have to weigh that up on how badly do I want that reverse grid pole. Will I rather just sit here, or will I rather grab the points now while they're on offer?
Yeah, and being aware of it, maybe. So we see Brady taking a run up the inside of Wayne Hartnell there too.
Yeah, he's made a good recovery to be back inside the top 10 now, sitting in 7th position. Although I do wonder if we will hear anything from race control in regards to that contact with Louis Robinson.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything through yet, so just the one black flag given out for car 100 so far, so let's just hope. We're probably going to get one more, aren't we? Or is it going to go white flag?
Yeah, leaders coming towards the end of the lap now, so I think they should just about make the line. Could be pretty close. I think that's the start finish line there that they've just gone over, so they will, yeah, white flag out now, so they will get one more lap, and this is going to be the final lap, and it's going to be a battle for the lead on the final lap with Dylan Shepherd hovering around 3 tenths of a second behind Stephen McCartan at the moment. Last lap times very similar, both doing 39.4s, but Stefan at 39.47, Dylan at 39.41, so 6 100ths of a second quicker, and he's gone down the inside, side by side on the exit. Stefan's going to have the inside into this next double apex right-hander. Got Dylan in position to get a good run through there. Has a look down the inside into the second apex. I wonder if he just needed to sit in behind there and try and set up the exit off there to do something down the bottom of the hill, but still sitting there within range at the moment, and there's a couple of potential passing opportunities towards the end of the lap. Even if he can set something up into this next corner and force Stefan to defend. Stefan hasn't defended, but Dylan's gone down the inside. Gets the lead for the moment, but Stefan's going to be able to tuck into the draft and through the final corner, which is flat out. He could fight back as on the run towards the line. Oh, Dylan had a little moment there, and Stefan's just been able to walk past him as they go across the line.
Did he give him a little push from behind?
I don't think there was any contact there. It didn't look like it from my point of view anyway. Darren Lobb coming across to round out the podium in third position. Nico Cordia picks up P4, Jack Hintz P5, Jacoventa P6, Brady Stanley is going to come across in P7, Blake Greenhill P8, Wayne Hartnell and Dan Turner going side by side across the line, Wayne taking P9, Dan rounding out the top 10 there, he'll take the reverse grid pole, finishing in 10th. Aaron Goodrick comes home 11th, Shane Edgar 12th, Dylan Radford 13th, Chris Zalewski 14th, Tom McCall 15th, Kristen Jenkins is running 16th, coming through the final corner now. Team West Racing with the pink livery on the Porsche tonight. And Leith Swinney is going to come home in 17th. Louis Robinson hasn't made the finish by the look of it.
Yeah, looks to be in pit lane. Here he is. Parked her up. And now we get to go into warm-up racing.
Yes, all done for the first heat race. Looks like probably only the two of you in the trophy truck tonight, Corey, yourself and Sean McNamara.
Yeah, I know Dion is he's in here in the Corvette, so look for him to maybe potentially be a jump for us.
Well, wouldn't that be interesting? Alright, so they are away and heading off in the trophy trucks down in towards turn 1. Sean taking a big cut in turn 1, but Corey carrying the momentum on the exit. And taking to the grass there through turn 3 and taking the lead. Sean stepping it out. Down the graph is hanging around in the Corvette there in the background. Corey picking up a bit of understeer on the grass there, but Sean running wide when he got back onto the asphalt. Oh, Sean getting in there with the bumper, giving him a little bit of a push. Corey getting the run down the straight though and flicking it into the left-hander at the bottom of the hill. Taking to the grass. Sean carrying the momentum on the track though. Across the gravel, through the grass, Corey back to the front. Oh, Sean getting the big slide on the grass. And now Corey finding the alternate final corner on the inside there.
Oh, they've got a run on me.
Oh, Dion's giving Sean the push. Oh! Just about taking out the flagman in the process, but Corey Kitchen holds on and takes another trophy truck win. You're the master of these races, Corey.
Yeah, I think so. There must be heavy damage.
Well, neither car's got a bottle, or neither truck's got a bottle on it anymore.
Oh yes, parking it. Oh, gotta hold for 41 seconds. Yeah, I may have cut a few corners.
Well, no track limits on the trophy trucks.
There definitely isn't, and they're so slow that it makes the off tracks, you know, the countdowns, they just go away. You don't even have to slow down.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, look at that. Some of those little corner cuts, the concrete bits, if you nail those, they're a lot of fun.
Certainly looked like your line on the run up the hill towards the end of the lap was planned out. Had you practiced those cuts up there?
No, I hadn't done any cuts at all. The only cuts of track I'd done were the little concrete bits until it come race time when I decided I was pointing that way, so I just kept going the first time, and then I thought about it for the rest of them, and it seemed to pulled it off.
Yeah, good stuff. Oh, well,
Highlight of Thursday for me. Bit of a race.
yeah, certainly a fun little feature to our Thursday nights that we've brought in this season, and sort of something that just happened as sort of a whim back at the first round in Le Mans, and we've sort of just stuck with it ever since then.
Yeah, just a little bit of fun for the admin and a little bit of entertainment while the drivers go and get a fresh packet of chips and another bottle of some sort of drink.
Absolutely. So we are ready to go for the second race. Cars grinning up behind the pace truck, but we can have a quick run through the grid. So Dan Turner taking that reverse grid pole, Wayne Hartnell alongside him on the front row. Blake Greenhall and Brady Stanley in behind them, and then Jakob Venter, Jack Hintz, Nico Cordia and Darren Lobb. And then back to Dylan Shepherd and Stefan McCartan rounding out the top 10. Aaron Goodrick, Shane Edgar, Dylan Radford, Chris Zalewski, Tom McCall, Kristen Jenkins. And then Leith Swinney, Louis Robinson off the back of the grid there. Darren de Graaf did start the second race in the end, but only ran a couple of laps, so I think he is just going to be in race control with Sean for the second one. As we are away and rolling behind the pace truck and heading into sunset, all the cars have got their lights on and they're starting to take effect a little bit.
Yeah, 11 minutes past 7 local time. So won't get too dark. 25 minutes doesn't take too long.
No, we should just get to see them driving off into the sunset, and then as the sun goes down, all the teams will be packing up in darkness.
So it looks like Dan Turner is missing this one and left, so that puts Blake Greenhall in pole position. Wayne Hartnell beside him.
Yeah, that's a shame for Dan.
Yeah, Wayne just stating it's his first time at the front, so there we go. Pole, well, up on the front row. Wayne Hartnell, give it your best, mate. It is nerve-wracking, eh, when you end up at the front for one of these races.
Yeah, it is. I think rolling starts a little bit better in that sense because you know you can just as long as you select the right gear, you just put your foot down and go. I know, been on a couple of standing start grids with a reverse grid pole, and you really want to make sure you get your start right with those, because if you don't, then you get swallowed up pretty damn quickly.
Yeah, 100%. And there's always those ones where you get pole position, and by turn 3 you've put it in the shingle, and you never forget about that.
Definitely not. So we're not too far away now from the green flag, coming through the final corner now. Pace truck will pull off into the pit lane shortly.
Yeah, aggressively as usual.
Actually, not so bad here by the
Wow,
look of it.
it wasn't. It was not.
So Wayne Hartnell has control as our pole sitter, and they're underway now. One of the blackout cars jumping out in the background. I think that was Dylan Shepherd making early moves.
Yeah, Brady Stanley would be hoping to get himself to the front pretty quickly. Not such a good first race.
Oh, there's some contact
one of
in
the
the
black...
back. Nico Cordier dropping back. Oh, Dylan Shepherd's made his way up into P2. Wayne Hartnell's dropping back now. He's gone around.
Yeah, Jaco Venter also down 11 spots there off the start as well.
So Dylan Shepherd, an absolutely flying start up into P2 already. Brady Stanley was hoping to make ground early on after a disappointing first race, and still sitting P3, officially showing up one spot, but really with Dan Turner bailing there, that's where Brady actually started, was P3, and still sitting there stopping behind Dylan Shepherd already, and Darren Lobb looking to see if he can find a way past as well.
Yeah, and you don't know where's safe. Lobby behind you either.
And Stephen McCartan lurking in the background there in P5 as well, race 1 winner.
Yes, he's up 5 spots already on this, well, almost finished the second lap now. They just come across the line, the leaders.
And Darren Lobb going side by side with Brady Stanley down the front straight, and he's going to have the inside into turn 1. Got Brady looking to set up the exit off turn 1 and get the run through 2 and into 3. Darren just covering off the inside into 3, and Brady actually running a little bit wide and losing a bit of time there as well. Dylan Shepherd has just made his way around Blake Greenhill to take the lead, so within just over a lap, Dylan's moved from P10 to P1. No, sorry, P9 to P1 I should say.
Yeah, you gotta love that. That is one great start to a race. And of course, double points. So if you have a good race in the first and not such a good race in the second, it does affect you in the standings.
Yeah, that is correct, and we can ride on board at the start with Dylan Shepherd and see how that transpired. So timing has jumped well, getting alongside there. I think that's Nico Cordier, so we might see... Oh, so there's a car gone around in front. That's opened things up for him, and then he's into P4 now as a result of that. Oh, and then just taking advantage there of Wayne Hartnell's moment, and whoever was sitting P3 at that time just getting caught up in that as well. So basically just taking advantage of other people's misfortunes there. We can pick up the Nico Cordier incident. I think that might be the car. It's alright, we'll...
It's just over comms, so the incident involving 769, which is Nico, it's going to be post-race, so it'll be interesting to see what did happen there from Nico's point of view.
Yeah, so we've got it here, so Oh, there was a touch there. That was Stefan McCartan though, the other blackout OPR car. So Dylan had picked his way through cleanly, and then contact between Nico and Stefan, and then this was Wayne Hartnell. I think we saw the onboard from Dylan. It looked like he just lost it all by himself there, and Brady Stanley getting caught up as the innocent victim and all of that, and Dylan Shepherd taking advantage and getting up to P2 in rapid time there. And now, as we saw, he has been able to make his way around Blake Greenhall as well. We didn't actually catch the pass there, so I'll see if I can find that one. And we do have a replay of that. So line of stern through turn 1, carrying on through turn 2, and then just firing it down the inside into turn 3, and a good authoritative but clean pass there to take the lead.
Yeah, Blake not making it too hard to get past.
Yeah, Blake certainly saw him coming, gave him the space. Takes 2 to tango, as they say.
It does, and here we see Darren Lobb just getting it past him there in the braking area. Now press on. Try and catch up to Dylan Shepherd. Which is out to a 3.5 second gap there now too, back to Darren Lobb from Dylan Shepherd.
Yeah, but the pace we saw from those blackout cars in race 1, and they were able to put a sizable gap on Darren Lobb there. I think Darren's going to have to find a bit of pace if he wants to close that gap to Dylan Shepherd in this one.
Yeah, Dylan Shepherd's already into the 38, so Lobby didn't make it into them in the last race. He was in the 39s. He's done a 39.5, so already quite quick, but it's still just over half a second slower than Dylan Shepherd last time by.
Nico Cordia on the comeback trail. He's sitting within half a second of Leith Swinney. Leith obviously not having the ideal race 1, so he's on the comeback trail as well. He's up 5 spots in this one. Nico down 6 spots after that turn 2 spin that he had.
Yeah, everything's sort of just panning out now. The gaps are getting bigger between drivers. We've just seen somebody going for a spin.
Jakob Venter involved in that and trying to pick up
Christian Jenkins.
yes, it was Christian Jenkins as well in the pink Team West livery.
Yeah, he's being a call to race control, so they're investigating that. So some good movers already this race. Lou Robertson up 10 spots. As we know, Dylan Shepherd, he can't go any further, up 8. Darren Lobb up 6. Dylan Radford up 7. So hey, that Ford GT tonight is going hard.
Yeah, Dylan doing a good job to run P6 in that Ford GT.
And a massive shout out to the weekly sponsor, OKMS. So if you're after a paint job or a video or some in-sim pictures, even a logo, he's might have the time to fit you in. Get in touch with OKMS, just check them out on Facebook. He does all the paints for KRF Motorsport and long-time friend. So yeah, all the support we can give out to our weekly sponsors, Shane?
Absolutely, and unfortunate that BJ didn't have a livery done for any of the GTE cars, because we have got a KRF OKMS driver in tonight, and Shane Edgar.
Yeah, he's a fellow Timaruvian like myself, and BJ also. So, yeah, he managed to wiggle his way into the team.
How can there be so many people from Timaru that are into sim racing? Oh, bit of contact there. I think Shane just getting loose on the exit of the corner there, and unfortunately Louis Robinson was on his inside, and maybe even a little bit of a redress going on there, as that looked like he made it pretty easy for Louis to get through.
Yeah, there was just a call. So, car 100, Kristen Jenkins, that issue that happened before. It's been asked. He said 74, but I think he means car 714, which is Jaco Venter. So asking for a redress or suffer a drive-through, basically.
Yeah, I think it was Jaco that we saw involved in that one, and we should be able to see the replay here as well. We caught it up ahead, but Jaco going down the inside into turn 3, and yeah, contact around the rear wheel there, so probably not enough overlap there, and I think a little bit wide of the apex as well, as he tried to get it pulled up there.
Yeah, I think he's dropping back to let Kristen past at the moment too.
Yeah, so we certainly drop back and allow Kristen to catch up, and I believe any moment now we should see him allow that move to happen, and there he goes. Does have to be wary of Chris Zalewski sitting there. Of course, nothing stopping Chris from taking that position as well if he gets the opportunity, but Jaco immediately back on the attack. Oh, Kristen getting on the slide there, and Jaco is able to pick that one off, so obliges with the redress and then gets the move done pretty quickly after that. Unfortunately for Kristen, he's just dropped behind Chris Zalewski as well, but well, both of them running wide there. I was going to say Chris running wide might give Kristen the opportunity to get that one back, but unfortunately Kristen following suit there.
A bit unlucky there, losing that extra spot after going wide. But we have had a few cars come through the lane too, Shano. So Jack Hint's just coming in. Stephen McCartan has been down the lane. 8 seconds he was up on the jacks. Wayne Hartnell and Thomas McCall also down the lane and had their stop. So the first driver that has stopped is Stephen McCartan. So he's in 14th currently.
So we see Jack stop in his pit box, not going up on the jacks, so just doing fuel, no tyres, and gets that fuel in that he needs and carries on.
He's just coming out. Where's Stefan? Yeah, he did get past him.
So Brady Stanley has closed in on Blake Greenhill, but Darren Lobb must have had a moment somewhere, because he was ahead of Blake and now he's sitting behind Blake and Brady in P4.
Oh. Yeah, it looked like Brady running a little bit wide there too, and now it's put Darren Lobb back to putting pressure on Balaki. As we see Brady Stanley dive into pit lane, perfect time. Grab yourself some fuel to get home. Dylan Radford also down the lane. Just putting the pressure on Lobby here. He's just going to sit in Blake's wing mirror and wait for him to run wide. He runs wide, gives a little bit of a gap for Blake, a little bit of relief. Won't be long and he'll be back filling up those wing mirrors and rear vision mirror in these cars.
And
Top 3 cars, all Porsches still, so we're getting used to that.
yeah, Darren just getting the overlap there out of the hairpin, and he's going to be on the wrong side of the track here though, but can he get something done here? No, it's still going to have to be a bit patient. We'll just quickly jump back and hopefully see what happened to Darren here. Oh, he's caught that sausage curve on the inside of turn 1, goes around. And then that allows Blake and Brady to make their way through. But Darren getting down the inside of Blake here. Again, he's going to end up on the wrong side of the track here. Blake didn't make things too hard earlier on in the race when Darren got to him, but certainly putting up a fight now.
Yeah, because Blake, in full traditional Blake fashion, wouldn't have done any practice. Neither would have Darren either. Just purely muscle memory for that man. And the draft doing its thing. Blake taking that spot back. We'll see how he is under brakes.
Well, he's done pretty good under brakes there, and oh, Darren into turn 3, late on the brakes, runs wide. There's a bit of a touch there.
Yeah, bit of how's your father on the farm on the way past. We'll see another 3 cars down the lane. Lee Swinney, Lou Robertson and Jaco Venter.
So this has been a pretty good battle that's panned out since Darren had that little spin. Blake certainly keen to fight for sheep stations on this one.
Sorry, fighting the sheep stations.
Fight for sheep stations.
Oh, right, there we go. Still haven't had any cat recipes through on the chat.
Maybe he's fighting for cat recipes.
There we go. That would be a lot better. What's your favourite cat recipe? How do you cook them? You'll have to watch last week's stream to pick up on where that started. And race leader down the lane, Shano.
Yeah, Dylan Shepherd in the pits. So this, if these guys stay out, and they're not going to, they're both into the pits. Oh, Darren battling to get it stopped, and I suspect he was probably going a bit too quick across the cones there. You do have a bit of a grace where if you get the speed scrubbed off, it takes your average speed up to a certain point, but he was locked up quite far past the cones, so I think we might see him have to stop for an extra 40 seconds here.
Yeah, we'll soon see. He is in his pit box and taking fuel, and it's already over 10 seconds. So unfortunately for Lobby, that may be the case.
Yeah, most people stop him for around 7 or 8 seconds. Darren already into 22 seconds, so I think he is taking a penalty there. But Blake still stopped as well, so I think Blake has copped the same thing here.
Yeah, I think you might be right. Might be time to get some answers, I think, and who better to get that from but the man himself? What has happened, Blake?
Oh, just rookie error coming into the pits, fellas. Quite to get that speed scrubbed off with that pressure from Darren behind, and 40-second hold.
Yeah, looks like he's copped that as well.
Oh, has he?
He has. We saw him battling to get it stopped and almost passing you, and I had a feeling he was going to pick it up, but I didn't quite pick up that you had got it until we saw that you were in the box for a long time, as you're still running inside each other out of the pits, but you managed to hold him off, so you get to at least continue your battle.
Well, it's bittersweet, boys. I've just copped a 40-second hold for speeding all the way out of it.
Oh, no.
So not the night to be, unfortunately.
Oh, mate.
Doesn't rain, it pours.
Oh. It looks like we're putting you off a little bit, bud.
Oh, no, it's just tricky track, and I'm still getting used to the car and that, so...
Oh, hard luck, bud. Hard luck. Well, I hope the rest of your race goes all right. That another stop through the lane. Maybe you can do a Murphy and hit the Portaloo up.
Might have to, yeah.
Let some of that rage out in there, buddy.
Yeah, hard luck, fellas. No, it's still good fun, though. It's, yeah, bloody good fun.
All right, well, there you go. So, from the horse's mouth, Lake Greenhall. Unfortunately, sped in and sped out of the pit lane, and iRacing has copped him. So there'll be 80 seconds of stop and goes for one pit stop.
Yeah, that's an absolute shame. Dylan Shepherd having a much better time of it out there as the field has cleansed itself, all the pit stops are done. Dylan is sitting out front with a 14-second lead over his teammate Stefan McCartan now, who's actually just put the pass on Brady Stanley. So Stefan making it provisionally a blackout OPR 1-2 as we saw in race 1. Those positions flipped around though, so in terms of round results, they're going to be tied for the round 1. Unless, of course, Stefan can make up a 15-second margin and pass his teammate to make it a double win.
Sorry, I was getting bombarded with moths because the door was open, so I quickly got that shut. So yeah, didn't miss anything exciting, Shano.
Well, Stefan McCartan passing Brady Stanley, but we didn't catch that live, so we can find the replay on that one.
Geez, these races go past fast. Already at 20 minutes, so less than 5 to go. And just while Shano's bringing up that, oh, here we go. No, we've got it up. So this is the pass for P2.
So down into the hairpin, pulls out under brakes. Pretty textbook move, really.
Yeah, looks like Brady did see him coming and made sure there was plenty of room there. So good, healthy racing.
And Stefan has put the hammer down and already pulled out 2 seconds to Brady Stanley now. Close in a few tenths of his teammate Dylan Shepherd, but he's going to have to do a lot more than that to close in. Still over 14 seconds in under 5 minutes. Under 6,
Yeah,
under 4 minutes even.
Yeah, that's a tall order, a very tall order. But of course, a mistake can happen any time. So you just got to hold on and hope, really. And this GTE racing is a lot of fun, and it wouldn't be as much fun without the support of Manon Racing product, Shano.
Yeah, that's right. Big thanks to Barry Manon and all the team at MRP for sponsoring this series. And they have their sim range. They also have a range of products for real racing, and you can see everything they've got at mrp.co.nz. Check them out. Field a little bit spread out at the moment. This is the closest gap we've got on track currently. Chris Zaluski just under a second behind Lou Robinson, although Darren Lobb now closing into a closer margin than that on Kristen Jenkins, and that gap is coming down pretty rapidly to inside half a second. Darren obviously recovering from his 40-second hold for speeding into the pits. He managed to keep it under the limit on the way out, unlike Blake.
Yeah, that's right. He managed to be safe. I guess being inside another car isn't very safe either. Just quickly, I did notice, I just wanted to bring it up, if you're in the Wellington region and you did want to check out some of the MRP gear, he has it at a place called Birdies and Brews in the city in Wellington. So they've got some MRP race simulators set up in there. And I actually learnt this from the sponsor, well, not the sponsor, the man we've been talking to from the Sherwood Foundation. And Ben, who runs the Sherwood Foundation, has taken a few groups of men in there for some of his of what he does. So there'll be more to come out on that for the Enduro for Mental Health Shano coming up very soon. So the Sherwood Foundation is the foundation that we are supporting this year.
Yeah, that's very cool, and good information that I wasn't aware of about a lower North Island location for some MRP sims. So maybe we need to get Grant Bristow, he's Wellington based, to go down there and grab us some photos and some videos of that location, and we can get them up on the stream to help pump a bit more promotion behind MRP. We can see what they've got going on down there.
Yeah, what a great idea. And I guess Wellington's quite central, so maybe some sort of Supercars NZ meeting at some point for some birdies and brews could be a good go.
That could be the location for the next Supercars NZ Bathurst.
Yeah, we'll have a meeting. Meet in the middle.
Absolutely.
Was that the white flag? Did I see a white flag? Am I seeing things?
I believe we probably do have a white flag up actually. We are just about to tick over the 25 minutes now, and Dylan Shepherd is not actually too far away from the end of the lap, but that time is up, so we're going to see Dylan Shepherd taking the checkered flag very shortly.
The other thing with these timed races, it's hard to pick when that flag's going to actually come out. As now it's turned to checkered, and Dylan Shepherd is going to take a race win here in race number 2 here at Algarve, so he'll be very happy with that.
Yeah, and Stephen McCartan coming through the final corner now. He is going to come across in P2. So Blackout, OPR 1, 2 in both races, switching the positions around from race 1 to race 2. Brady Stanley rounds out the podium for race 2. Jack Hintz picks up a P4 just shy of the podium, but an epic result for Passion Sim Racing nonetheless. Dylan Radford comes home P5, Nico Cordia P6. Leith Swinney coming across the line now in P7. Shane Edgar P8. Jaco Venta P9. Louis Robinson rounds out the top 10. Chris Zalewski comes home 11th. Darren Lobb recovering from that penalty to come home in 12th. Kristen Jenkins 13th. Tom McCall off the lead lap but finishes in 14th. Blake Greenhill also a lap down, coming home in 15th, and Wayne Hartnell a few laps down. Not sure if he was still running at the end, but he's showing as 16th on the standings there.
Well, that's round 6, run and done. I believe it, eh? Well, we're over the halfway mark and on the downward into autumn series already.
Yeah, not too far away from the end of summer, so certainly getting very hot here in the Naki. Not sure what it's like down your way, but feeling very summery now, but there's not too much long left to enjoy it, but that's alright, because here at Supercars NZ we'll keep racing. Summer series will finish, we'll head into the autumn series, and then we'll have a winter series after that, then a spring series, and then it's back into summer all over again.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so this is this round 7, sorry, too, isn't it?
Yeah,
So Tuesday we head to OKMS in the V8s for a 34 lapper. So that should be a lot of fun too. And of course the GTEs next week. Heading to Road Atlanta. I can't wait for that one. That's a favourite of many. And these cars go very well there too. So should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, GTEs at Road Atlanta will be very entertaining. I can't wait for it either. And V8s at Okayama, very interesting to see how that goes as well. That's been quite a well matched track to the previous Gen 2 cars, so I myself am looking forward to seeing how the Gen 3s go there.
No chance you're back behind the wheel next week, Shane?
Oh, we'll see, but potentially still a little bit too soon.
Yeah, no, that's fair. You don't want to push it. You
Yeah,
definitely don't want to push it. I mean,
absolutely.
you could be like me and have back surgery, and then your first race back, you decide to turn up to Charlotte for a demo derby. Yeah, cleared a
Yeah,
lot of flags that night.
I'll bet you did. Anyway, that's it for another Thursday night here of GTE Racing. Big thanks to Manon Racing Products for backing the series, and big thanks to OKMS for sponsoring this week's racing. And of course, Napa Auto Parts, ongoing sponsor of the Broadcasting Lounge. Big thanks for everything they do for us here. And big thanks to you, Corey, for putting up with me again for another couple of hours on a Thursday night.
Oh, look at that. Somebody has left a signature there for us. It almost looks like cool. COOL. Oh, it's gone. I'm upset now. But yeah, no worries, Shane. It's I've got to be here for these races. It's I can't, the fear of missing out. I can't really race, but I really do enjoy watching them, and when they go well, it's a great watch. So well done to everybody on track, even the ones that make the mistakes. It's always good to get back on the bike and keep on biking. That's all the wisdom you're going to get from me tonight. Thank you.
Alright, and thanks of course everybody at home for tuning in. Ross Watson and Scott Pickering and Brett O'Keefe jumping in the comments there, so thanks guys for coming along and watching tonight, and we will catch you all next time.